Hello. Hopefully this mic is working because this is the first time using this. Um, my name is James Myers and I'm doing the data presentation for Econometrics Econ 360. With this data presentation, I hope to outline my regression working, show off some data that I have, and kind of go over the plans that I have for the future of this project and what I hope to be doing in the coming months, coming weeks, on with the data and research as well. As you might know, I have had to change the project. Topic earlier because I was doing another project with a different set of data, and I have not yet gone into the later stages of data collection for that project. So I didn't get the correct amount of data in time, so I've had to switch, and this is what I've found. And my topic is the effects of income, population, and race on crime rates in cities in the U.S. Now, going into this project, I didn't really know what to do. I had very little guidelines as to what to look up, kind of just an open book. And I don't know, it's just kind of hard to find some data on this stuff. And kind of select it down, narrow it down to something that I can use in SATA. Unfortunately, I've not been able to get this data set in SATA. Whenever I download it as an Excel file, it corrupts and it's not able to read it properly, and it just pulls the labels and it doesn't get the data. And so I can't run any regressions, and I can't run any regressions. I haven't run any regressions yet. So I don't have a SATA file as of right now. But what I do have, I've been working through Simple Analytics, very helpful data collection site, and I've been able to kind of get a broad view of the data that I've been working with so far, and trying to formulate a good regression theory off of it. So as of right now, I have a couple cities already outlined. Memphis, Tennessee, Chicago, New York, LA, Indianapolis, Nashville, Portland, Durham, and I use the USA as sort of a guideline for averages, since I'm going to be using that in my regression, my econometric regression. I chose these cities because I wanted to get a broad range of bigger cities, but a broad range of city sizes and different locations in the U.S. to kind of get like different demographics, different body makeup of these cities. I'll probably add a small town here or there just to get a different look at how small populations and smaller levels of diversity affect the end result, the crime rate. So all of these are from different areas of the U.S. They have different demographic makeups, which is what I'm hoping to see in the outcome. Right now, we have percentages of households with high income, medium household income for each city, and population density. So I've been using that to compare. USA kind of low because very far distance in the population density, but for their average income, most of these cities lie above it. Some of these cities lie way below it. So hopefully that will be taken into consideration. Here we have the differences between black and white household income. As you can see, major disparities here. I think I'll be seeing the effects of that in the regression and the tests that I plan on running. Male population, female population, as you'll see in my regression theorem, that's also part of the considerations that I'll be going through. when formulating a final result of this project. And crime index, as you can see over here, I've been using the U.S. as the baseline. So baseline U.S. is 93, and most of these lie a lot above the crime index. L.A., New York being different, lying below it. But that could also be effect of population and population dispersity through these two cities, since they are very widespread out with a big rural population. I have another statistic in a different comparison table about rural population density, because as you can see, Chicago has 0, while New York and LA both have substantially higher numbers than a lot of the other cities. And then at the bottom, percentage white, female, and black populations. Again, trying to get a better understanding of how these different cities have different demographics, different makeups, and how that will affect their tests. Here's my working regression theorem. Very basic setup, and 2 dummy variables at the end to kind of get to see interactions, how different non-numerical values can have effect on the crime rates and on different regressors. So the first thing that I'm considering is population of city. Obviously, the more population you have, the higher of a chance of people being criminals, and higher chance of people being impoverished as well. Average income as well, another regressor that I have, because I feel with the higher average income, the less crime that there will be, since my thought is people who are better off do not need to resort to a life of crime. And the last two, just very basic, majority, if the city is majority white or if the city is majority male. Both the male is going to add to the crime, since other data shows that majority of males commit crimes compared to females, and majority white, as some more data has shown from the FBI, that majority black population commits most of the crimes in America, and of course Y being probably crime rate, or final crime index that I'll probably formulate or take a look at in the later times. Again, I'm trying to work with my data to get it into Stata, to get it in from Excel to Stata, or from a text-based file to Stata. I don't know how it's gonna work out like that, because this has a lot of different data points and a lot of relations going on that is a lot easier to read on Simply Analytics instead of through Stata. I'd rather get into Stata, of course, but I don't know how I'm going to kind of work with that, kind of work with the Excel file to kind of narrow it down to get enough points to fit it into the Stata engine or program. That's my working regression theorem. What I plan on in the future, of course, get into Stata, probably run those regressions in Stata, and add maybe a little bit, maybe a few more regressors, maybe a few more dummy variables to work on a more trustworthy final result, something that uses a lot of considerations when taking when finally deciding on the effect on crime.
Yeah. Thank you.